Magnified optics allow us to pick out distant targets more easily and place shots more precisely at range. We cannot have co-witness on magnified optics, so a tandem or parallel system, like this RMR and iron sights on the Trijicon ACOG, or the see-through arms rings on this G3K clone, allow us that redundancy. If we don't have a true tandem system, we can still have backup irons available with a quick detach option, such as on this AK-74, where a quick throw of 2 levers allows access to iron sights. Fixed power optics have historically been more durable, like this 4-power ACOG, which is nearly bomb-proof, than their variable power counterparts, but technology has closed this gap quite a bit. The ACOG series from Trijicon is on the top of the heap for durability, optical quality, and features, including various ranging reticle options. It can have relatively critical eye relief in some models, however, and when dealing with close targets, as in a CQB environment, the magnification can get in the way a little bit. This is mitigated to some degree in models featuring the Binden aiming concept, which allows our binocular vision to see the reticle superimposed on the image provided by the unaided eye. Magnified optics generally have a reticle that may illuminate or be illuminated with batteries in the case of these vortexes, or fiber optics and tritium in the case of the ACOG, but almost all magnified optics have a reticle that still works when either the batteries or electronics have failed. So the likelihood of them leaving you without an aiming reference is very, very small. As such, the primary failure mode we are concerned with in a magnified optic is damage to the lenses or loss of zero, not dead batteries or an electronic failure. Illuminated reticles, though, help us see the reticle in lower lighting conditions and even in daylight for those with high-intensity illumination units, where a brightly illuminated reticle can mimic the easy acquisition of the dot or holographic sights. If most of your targets will be beyond 50 to 100 yards, a fixed power magnified optic may be what you're looking for. When we won't be hampered by too much magnification on close targets, a magnified optic has a lot to offer. When we get into the variable power optics in the lower magnification ranges, we get to a category that truly tries to be a jack of all trades. The low power variable, such as this Leupold MRT, is a segment of optics that is becoming more and more popular in both professional and competitive circles, and for good reasons. At the lower end of their magnification, many of this breed have no or nearly no magnification, allowing for fast sight acquisition characteristics similar to the unmagnified optics category, especially when bright illumination is available. Even on 1 power, however, the low power variable still has the eye relief limitations of magnified optics. Most modern optics in this category, though, are quite forgiving in the eye relief department. The variable, of course, can also be cranked up to allow all the advantages of running a magnified optic. A low power of 1 to 1.5 and a maximum power of around 4 or 5 was fairly typical of this category until relatively recently. Advances in erector technology have allowed the introduction of 1 to 6 power variables up to 1 to 8 power variables, as in the Leupold CQB-SS. Such optics come at a premium, but the price reflects some truly amazing capabilities. Because of this versatility, the low power variable can be a great general purpose optic. The eye relief requirement makes it not quite as forgiving in CQB environments as the unmagnified optics, and they are not quite as durable as the ACOG, but when getting one rifle ready to handle as broad a spectrum of threats as possible, there's a lot to be said for the low power variable. There is an additional downside to the variable, though, and that is managing the power selector ring. If you're on maximum magnification and are presented with a target up close, when you raise the rifle expecting to see 1 power and see a magnified image, you may find yourself behind the power curve. It is something else to manage, and especially under stress, many contend that a simpler fixed optic would be better for this reason. If you do choose a variable power optic for a rifle that may see use in armed conflict, always keeping it on the lowest magnification setting unless you have a need for more, and habitually returning the magnification to the lowest setting after magnified use may be good practices to implement. Now that wraps up our brief introduction to some of the optics available for the modern fighting rifle, and some considerations in making your choice for your application. When you're ready for that next rifle optic purchase, check out the broad selection of optics in all the categories we've discussed and all the mounting hardware you need to get them set up at Policestore.com and Brownells.com. Remember that when making a purchase as significant as a quality rifle optic, the Brownells 100% unconditional satisfaction guarantee is a great way to make sure that your investment is exactly what you are looking for.